This episode mentions depression, bipolar disorder, addiction, abuse, and suicide attempts. If you're not in the headspace for this today, please skip or listen with someone you trust. If you're in immediate danger, contact local emergency services or a trusted crisis line. Hindi ka nag-iisa. Sometimes you wake up and you just know may mali. Hindi mo pa alam ang words, pero ramdam ng katawan mo. And today was one of those days. Hi, this is Joyce and welcome to Fragments of Me. Life in pieces, truth in whole. Dito, walang filter, walang arte, just real talk tungkol sa pain, faith, mental health, family, addiction, forgiveness, at kung paano ka babangon kahit pagod ka na. I'm still here, and today, I'm ready. So today when I woke up, I felt different. It was kind of weird kasi nanood pa ako ng concert na SB19 last night. So, I met a lot of 18. I got to interact with them, and I had so much fun. It was like dancing, singing, laughing. So, ang saya talaga. It was really a fun experience for me. So, ang weird kasi pagising ko, it felt so different na although the heaviness, it was familiar. It's that familiar heaviness na sabi ko talaga sa sarili ko, shit, alam ko na to. Yun. So, it's the kind of feeling na parang may nagbukas ng pinto sa utak mo at pumasok lahat ng dilim. Ganun siya. And honestly, when that happens, it really, really scares the shit out of me. But today, it was different talaga. Na yung takot talaga ako. As in, sobrang takot na takot ako. And maybe it's because of Eman's death. When my daughter told me na Eman, committed suicide and blah, 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 I couldn't believe it yet. I couldn't believe it yet. Kasi kakapanood ko lang ng TikTok niya. So, parang baka, alam mo yun, naisip ko fake news or something. And then I checked, news online and articles about it. And there I saw it, like, when I saw the post from her mom about it, I was like, shit, it's fucking real. And then that's when it hit me. Talagang ang daming bumalik. My memories, fears, yung mga tanong na akala mo tapos mo nang sinagot. And I got scared kasi, what if, diba? What if I end up like her? What if this time, no one finds me before it's too late? So, last weekend, nag-usap kami ng anak ko about Eman. Sabi ko, it felt like she was my child. Parang anak ko din siya. Alam mo yun, yung, basta, I'll miss her TikToks. Kasi, lagi siyang lumalabas sa FYP ko. So, every time I see her videos, it feels like, if they're like life updates from a daughter na malayo sa'yo. Ganun yung pakiramdam. And then, it hit me. Like, what happened to her can actually happen to me. Kasi, I've been there. Tapos yung internet, yung mga netizens, oh my God, ang bobobo. Sorry. Pero, talaga, yung galit ko, iba. Kasi may mga nabasa ko na may nag-comment pa na bakit parang ang dali lang niyang gawin or bakit parang ang dali para sa kanya. Like, what the fuck? Tapos meron pang isa sabi, ang hina naman niya, kami nga may hirap, nagugutom or something na parang ang daming problema pero hindi kami nagpapakamatay. Sila may pera naman or mayaman naman sila. Parang tangina nyo. Like, tangina naman, diba? What the hell? Like, dude, depression doesn't care how much money you have. Walang pinipili ang sakit. Okay? Gender, age, status, wala. And I get so angry, not because they're bad people, but because they don't understand. And alam mo yun, hanggang ngayon, parang ang dami nang nagsispread ng mental health, educating people about mental health, yet they still choose to be ignorant. 'Di ba? Kung kaya lang talaga, alam mo, para asap sabihin sa kanila na, alam nyo, kung kaya lang i-positive thinking to, matagal ko nang ginawa. Kung kaya lang ng dasal mo lang yan. Diyos ko, Lord. Matagal ko nang inulit-ulit hanggang gumaling ako. But that's not how this works. So, I was diagnosed with mixed bipolar disorder in 2017. I started medication, therapy, lahat ng kaya para lang mag-survive ako. Yon. And then, sometime in 2017, after I got diagnosed, I think it was August. Yeah, I remember it was sometime around my birthday. Nag-Japan kami ng anak ko. Sabi ko, kaming dalawa lang. Sabi ko, sige, maybe new country, new joy, ganyan. Pero, dear, wala. As in, wala talaga. Ang lungkot ko pa rin. Tapos, iba yung lungkot ko. And then, so what we did, sabi ko, punta tayong Universal Studios. Kasi, meron dong, yung Harry Potter. And I'm a Potterhead. So, diba, parang nung nakita ko yung Hogwarts, parang, Hogwarts! Ganon, dapat, diba? Ganon ang eksena. Parang, yeah! Yun. So, akala ko, my heart would burst with happiness. Pero sabi ng utak ko, nope, not today. So, yun. Grabe. I even tried, drinking yung butterbeer. Tapos, sumakay kami din sa Flying Dinosaur na nakakaloka nga naman talaga yung ride na yun. I highly recommend it I highly recommend it in case you're gonna go to Osaka, Japan, Universal Studios. Go sa Flying Dinosaur. Sorry. And then, after the ride, merong yung parang adrenaline rush. So, happy ako. So, I thought, I'll be, happy na the whole day, the entire week, or, my entire life. But, after 5 minutes, biglang, boom, bagsak ulit. As in, talagang bagsak yung emotions ko. Like, what the hell? Para akong, alam mo yun, para may lumapit sa akin na dementor and it sucked out all the happiness in me. And I was just there. I sat down dun sa corner na, tapos nandun ako sa batuhan, nakaupo lang, tulalay, para akong iniwan ng jowa na, alam mo yun, ganon, basta, mas malala pa sa iniwan ng jowa. As in, talagang nakaupo lang ako doon, nakalugmok na ganyan. And then, nothing. As in, I felt nothing but deep sadness. Kaya please, yung mga nagsasabi na it's all in your head, oo, it's in my head. Kasi brain ang involved. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na imagine lang siya. Just like cancer, may mga taong walang bisyo pero tinatamaan din sila or tinamaan sila ng cancer. So mental illness can be the same. Hindi mo kasalanan. I'm not new to this. Honestly, some of my friends know about this, but I made several attempts in 2018 and most of the time it was my daughter who saw me, and my family, of course, did a lot of things to help me. So after that, naging okay ako. So when I thought, diba, parang okay na ako, akala ko I'm managing myself well, okay na yung brain ko, nagfa-function na ako ulit, just like how I used to function. Bigla may nangyari sa akin ng 2023. I don't know what actually triggered it, pero I OD'd. So I OD'd in 2023. And the irony, the same meds that helped me survive, yun din ang ginamit ko para mag-OD. Why? I wish I have an answer for you. I wish may clear answer ako for you guys or para sa inyo. Kasi suicide doesn't happen overnight. It's not dramatic music and a single bad day. No, no, no. It's a series of tiny cuts. Mga moments, comments, yung pagod, yung guilt, trauma, hanggang sa mapuno ka na. Para kang, it's like, water na parang slowly, diba? Parang slowly lang siya nag-flow. And then, biglang, pak, basag, ganun. Wala. Biglang bagsak ka, ganun. And actually, that split second before you do it, hindi mo iniisip, I want to die. No. Ang iniisip mo lang, pagod na ako. Gusto ko nang tumigil yung sakit. Yun lang. As in, pure darkness. Wala kang consideration kahit kanino. Wala. Yun lang yung iniisip mo. Yung pagod sa buhay. Pagod sa mundo. And the only reason I'm still here is because, yun nga, my daughter found me. She was actually the one who found me when I OD'd. And she actually does every time I make attempts. And that terrifies me. Kasi, what if one day she doesn't? Most of the time, well actually, I work from home, so mag-isa lang talaga ako sa bahay. My husband works on site, so yung daughter ko din, although yung husband ko, like 3 times a week lang siya nag-go on site, and then, pero yung daughter ko, everyday yan siya. In case mag-work from home man siya, once a week lang. And, so, ang daming, kumbaga, everyday, halos everyday, mag-isa lang talaga ako sa bahay. Tapos, sabi ko sa daughter ko, Day, paano kung trigger ako, or what if matrigger ako tapos wala kayo, tapos alam mo yun, itago ko na naman yung nararamdaman ko, hindi ko na naman sasabihin sa inyo, tapos may iwan ako mag-isa. What if that happens? Sabi ko, natatakot ako. And then my daughter said, kasi I've been sending them pictures. We have a dog. Her name is Bai. Bai kasi in Ilonggo, yes, I'm Ilonggo. Bai kasi in Ilonggo is babae. So, lalaki siya, kaya pinangalan namin siyang Bai. Joke. So, syempre, since babae siya, pinangalan siya namin Bai. And then, I've been sending them pictures of Bai na tumatabi sa akin. Like, before, hindi siya ganon. Like, talagang, hindi naman siya malapit sa akin eh. I mean, mas malapit siya kay Dave, sa husband ko, tsaka kay Inday. Siyempre, yun yung mommy niya eh. So, malapit talaga siya doon. And, but lately, since nag-onsite na si Dave, tas kaming dalawa lang ni Bayo naiiwan, lagi siyang tumatabi sa akin. Tapos, nandun lang siya sa tabi ko, sumisiksik, natutulog. So, sinesend ako sila ng videos, sa pictures, sinasabi ko na, ang weird, bakit tabi sa akin to bigla? Dati naman, nandun lang siya sa door, sa labas, nakaabang. Like, 8 hours siya na doon, nag-aabang na siya doon. Pero, lately, napansin ko, lagi talaga siyang tumatabi. And, nagjo-joke pa ako, sabi ko, ano ba naman itong office mate ko? I-report ko na to sa HR kasi sleeping on the job. But yeah, she was just there. Nandun lang siya. Habang nagtatrabaho ako, nakatabi lang siya sa akin. Tapos, that's when my daughter told me na when we had, when we were talking about, yun nga na natatakot ako kasi naiiwan na lang ako mag-isa sa bahay. She said na maybe that's the reason why Bai is always around you. And, bakit siya laging tumatabi sa'yo? Sabi ko, oo nga, no? Kasi parang, dati hindi naman siya ganyan, pero parang ngayon, siya, like tumatahol talaga siya, like kinocall niya yung attention ko para lang patabihin ko siya sa akin. So yun, parang maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I hope na, Bai will continue to support me emotionally and mentally. And I know na some people would say na itasal mo lang yan o magdasal ka lang ganon. You might think, right? People might think I don't pray, but I do. I actually do. I have faith. Pero naniniwala rin ako sa science. Kasi, science and prayers ako eh. So, but don't get me wrong. Kasi during my darkest day, I really prayed. I did. I prayed. Sabi ko, Lord, hindi ko na kaya. Tulungan mo na ako. Parang help me. Hindi ko na kaya to. Then, after a few minutes, may nag-message na friend. So, minessage ako ng friend ko. And then, he introduced me to my first psychiatrist. And I think, that to me was God's answer. I mean, he didn't magically erase the illness, but he gave me help. And I think that's one of the things that is really hard for us to do, which is yung humingi ng tulong when we're going through something, especially when it involves, our mental health. Sometimes kasi people are in denial, like, hindi, malungkot lang ako, akit lang ako ng bundok, magiging okay na ako. Or, ang lungkot ko, ba't ganito? And mag-gym, ewan ko, magkakape or something, or kikitain ko yung mga friends ko para, alam mo yun, mawala yung lungkot ko. But truth of the matter is, because I know, because I used to do this, umaakit ako ng bundok, seryoso, nung tinatamaan ako ng depression ko, umakit ako ng buskalan, nagpatattoo ako ulit. Alam mo yun, nagpatattoo ako ulit kay Apo Wangod. And then I would meet up friends, even, sometimes random pa nga, like sobrang, alam mo yun, naaabala talaga ako ng tao na, uy, kita tayo, gano'n. Kasi, yun yung akala ko na parang, wala hindi, malungkot lang ako. So, kailangan ko maghanap ng way para maging masaya ako. And that's what I did. Pero, ang totoo nun, after all of those activities or after all of those things, pagbalik mo when you're alone, bumabalik siya. Bumabalik yung bigat. Bumabalik yung dilim. So, iba talaga siya. And I'm more than my diagnosis. I mean, come on. Ako pa ba? I'm a breast cancer survivor, fuckers. So, yeah, fuck you, cancer. Anyway, I was diagnosed in 2021 with breast cancer. So, ibang topic na yun. Sa next episode na yan. And, in fact, nagka-COVID din ako. I think, once during twice, or even more. I think even more. But yung naalala ko was nagka-COVID ako during the time na may cancer ako. And then another time na nagka-COVID ako, I think was parang for recovery na ako parang tapos na ako radiation therapy noon. And yun, so parang kung iisipin mo, 'di ba? Parang ang dami ko ng pinagdaanan. Actually, madami talaga akong pinagdaanan. As in, sobrang dami. I am a mom who's been through hell. Like, God, oh my God, ang dami ko talagang pinagdaanan as a single mom. And even when I got married, I have family wounds na hindi ko na i-detail ngayon, pero totoo at mabigat. I know that part of my disorder could also be, or not actually just part of it, but maybe the whole of it. I don't know. But I think maybe the reason why I have this disorder then, kasi I was abused from when I was 5 until 13. Yes, I have a memory of it. Clear. Unfortunately, very clear and vivid memories of it. Um, I also lost my mom at the age of 15 and my dad at 20. But I consider getting pregnant I think, yeah, I found out I was pregnant October 2000, the same year that my dad died. So nalaman ko buntis ako October 2000, which was like what, June, July, August, September, October, 5 months. 5 months after my dad died. I didn't graduate on time. I also had, yeah, kasi I had a delicate pregnancy, so I couldn't go back to school anymore. So I couldn't take the exams. So wala. I wasn't able to, finish college in the year that I was expected to finish it, which was 2000. But good thing is I finally got my degree in 2012. Sad lang kasi hindi ako nakapag-March. Yun. Siguro because of ano lang kasi I think yung disorder ko, I thought, sabi nga ng psychiatrist ko sabi niya, what I was doing with my life was not who I am or who I was. Kasi I thought na yung mga ginagawa ko was my personality. Hindi, alam mo yun, parang, ganyan kasi ako, ganito kasi, ganyan talaga ako, kaya ginagawa ko yung mga, no, hindi pala. It was because of my disorder pala. So, I did a lot of shit, I did a lot of shit during my younger days. I drank, I smoked. Diyos ko, kahit nga ngayon, kahit cancer survivor ako, nagve-vape pa rin ako. My God, di ko talaga siya matanggal. I'm so sorry kung may na-offend man sa inyo or may concern man sa inyo dahil nagve-vape ako kahit cancer survivor ako. I'm sorry. I'm trying to not do it as often. Basta, I'm trying. Okay? I also got addicted to a lot of drugs. Yon. nung mas bata ako. Yeah. I also worked in call centers for years, and now I'm a manager in a small VA hiring agency. I've lost jobs because of attendance, behavior, all of those which were actually connected to my mental health. I've also survived relationships that went bad, and what else? I hate gambling. Oh my God. Funny enough is that I worked in online casino and it didn't go well either. So yeah, maybe because I hate gambling. I despise gambling. So, life is messy. And ako rin. And this is why I started Fragments of Me. Kasi ayokong mabox sa isang topic. My life has many fragments. My faith, mental health, parenting, trauma, addiction, work, forgiveness. Lahat sila bahagi ng totoo kong kwento. And I have a semicolon tattoo. And if you know, you know. It means my story isn't over. Pause lang. Pero tuloy pa. And if you're listening right now, at mabigat rin yung bit-bit mo, eto lang ang gusto kong sabihin sa'yo. Hindi ka mahina. Hindi ka baliw. Hindi ka nag-iisa. You're human. You're still here. And I'm still here. That's enough for today. Kung may kakilala kang nagsabing it's all in your head, okay, let's educate with kindness. Yes, it's in the brain And the brain is an organ. Kung may nagsabi na magdasal ka lang, okay din. Pero add na God can answer through therapy, meds, friends, and community. And if wala ka pang lakas, okay lang din. Breathing is also doing something. I made this podcast para sa mga taong kagaya ko. The ones who feel alone in a crowded room. The ones who function sa work pero pag uwi, wasak. The ones who pray and go to therapy and still feel heavy pero lumalaban. If you're in danger today or sobrang bigat, please reach out to someone you trust. Seek professional help or contact a local crisis line where you live. Here in the Philippines, there are government and NGO helplines. You can also go to the nearest ER or call emergency services. This podcast is not medical advice. It's a story. It's my story. And maybe it can sit beside yours habang humihinga ka. Thank you for listening to this fragment of me. If something here made you feel seen, follow Fragments of Me podcast on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Next time, I'll talk about the weird pressure to be okay after diagnosis at bakit minsan mas nakakapagod yung mga kamusta na or kamusta ka na kaysa sakit mismo. This is Joyce, maldita, messy, but still here. And this was a fragment of me.